Okay. Okay. It's time. We got boat. So we got boat here. This boat is what we're going to use to travel from this scene, first area scene, to the beach scene. So, all I kind of want to do, first of all, we need to create more expandable water here because we're gonna have like a little cutscene of it, like, you know, going down and stuff. We need more of that because we also need to add a bridge. So we're just gonna use that same bridge that I had for the lava. There she is. And we're gonna scale it 5-5, I think. 3-3. 4-4. That should be fine. Alright, that should be fine. Yeah. And then we're just gonna place it. I would probably change the way that this water is a little bit. Yeah, we'll change the water a little bit. Rather just have it like this. And then bring the bridge to here. I'm just gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it down. Like, put it right there. Should be fine. And that should be it. That should be good. And then this is where the boat will basically be. So let's actually grab our bridge. Or not our bridge, our boat. First of all, open with a sprite. So I already know that some of this is just not going to work because some parts of the ship will be cut off. So like, or some parts will be in the water. So this is our water line. I should probably be like right here. We'll click G, bam. That is basically the whole ship now. And we are going to export this as a sprite sheet. So we're just going to do pixels per unit 180, point, none, multiple, sprite editor, apply, slice, automatic to a grid by cell size, 180 by 180, pivot point, we will custom do it, 25, 13, slice, apply. Bam. Now we got our ship. Place the ship down. It'll be in front.
5-5 should be fine. Okay, yeah, never mind. 8-8. Okay, well, 10-10. 10-10 looks pretty good. And we're going to flip it X because it's going to go this way. I will go and back into it and go to A sprite. Because I do want to change it so I have an idle animation and a moving animation. The idle animation I think is only going to be this frame, honestly. But I just need to delete the smoke clouds. And this will be the idle basically, and we will make it so it like bounces. It kind of looks like it's bouncing in the water a bit and tipping back and forth a bit and swaying because it's a ship.
Yeah, actually,
it needs to have a transformer. So rather than this, it should be this. So this is the ship transformer. This is what we're using to transform the object, nothing else. And this is what we're going to create the animation off of. That's all we need to do. Let's create an animation for it now. This is ship idle, and then it's going to transform position and scale. Not scale. What am I talking about? Position and rotation. So we're gonna make it so it's just bouncing a bit, bouncing like really small. It's a little fast, so we are going to spread it out, and then some slight rotations every time it bobs. So now we have a little
ship bobbing. Easy.
No problem. I honestly want to make the ship bigger. Now we're gonna do 12-12. Yeah, it looks good. I think that is a good size for it. And then let's look at the bobbing. You know what? Let's just click play and look at it. We're just gonna look at it for now. I want to see how it looks. It rotates way too much. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. That's the idle animation, and then obviously we need a moving animation.
Looks good. I think that works. And then we'll also add some bobbing. I don't see why not. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I like it. Small little bob. It's cute. It's a cute little bob. I like it. I like it a lot. And the ship transformer is going to actually have the animation for moving the ship. Basically, this will have the animation for actually moving it. And this is just the animation for like the sitting still stuff. Next thing is creating ship transition scene. let's make this the cuts or like the thing first. So animations, and this is ship jungle to beach. And that's what we're going to basically do it. So now transform position, and all it is a transform position from here to like here, and then it like basically just ends the cutscene. And then the curve, it has a very slow start and then it goes faster, a little bit faster. Yeah. And then we have animator. We want a create state empty, and just and then set the default to this, and then make a transition to this. And then it's just going to be a trigger, jungle to beach, and that's the trigger that will have to happen. Has no exit time, has no transition duration. Jungle to beach, doesn't need to loop. Boom, done with that. Our ship idle has to loop, ship moving has to have a transition to it, and all we have to have is a ship. Actually, wait, this should be a boolean, honestly. It should be a boolean, ship moving, and then it'll just have its exit time, click that off. Ship moving is true, and then it transitions back to it if transition, this is false. And then they both loop. Just gonna make sure. Now it's time to create this ship transition scene script. So we need to know the public animator of the ship transition, and then a public animator of the ship. We'll just do it so if they are on a trigger and they click space, then this method would run basically. So we need first of all we need a public void start transition to scene, and then this needs to be an IE numerator because we need to do some waiting and stuff. We also want to have game object of the player because we want to actually player object set active. We might actually have to do this with an own camera or a camera for this cutscene too, where it follows the boat. We can do that, it's not hard. So we actually need to have a public cinemachine virtual camera, and then just call it camera. And then camera dot priority is equal to its start, so 10 would equals to 11 basically. Inherited component dot camera boat camera. After that, we will do ship animator dot set boolean ship moving to true, and then ship transition animator dot set trigger. So this is just starting the this is just starting it, and then in the animator you can create a thing where we actually transition the screen. So public animation event start transition scene. So I want to rename this to not start transition scene, but to start moving boat. Start moving boat. An animation event start transition scene. So this will have the coroutine of the IE numerator of start transition scene, because you can't start coroutines in animations. So start moving boat, this will start moving the boat, this will start the transition to the next scene, and this is when we start transitioning to the next scene. So we need fade black. We need fade to black here. So all we gotta do is dot set trigger, fade to black, set trigger, fade in, and then after that 1 second has passed, I will just grab all of this honestly. Alright, let's sit. First, I want to create a monkey with a sailor hat.
Yeah, that looks good. Honestly, I like it a lot. Cool. We've got Sailor Monkey now. That's what I'm talking about, baby. The Sailor Monkey. We'll put him on the bridge here. He's on 4. It's going to be 4-4. He needs a sprite renderer. Perfect. Monkey. Alright, this is the shadow. Create an animation for the Sailor Monkey. Create a new folder for it. Sailor Monkey. And then we also idle every 10 frames. And then obviously we need to add this. So, yep, there we go. Got our monkey. And that is it for today. Alright. Today, we need to finish the boat to the mainland. Alright, here's our boat. We got our navy monkey too now. Hell yeah. Boat's got animations. So in the sailor, I need to add a new object, which will be its like text box basically. So this will be, well, I don't even need a game object. I need a canvas. So we're gonna delete this. UI, canvas. And 10, no, 5, 5, that should be a good size for it. I'll put it right here. This needs to be into this Sailor Monkey. We don't have to put it into the canvas, but I do want the sprite sorting point to be on the pivot, so no matter what I do for like large, small, or medium, but it's probably going to be a large. And then in the canvas, we need a UI, we need text. Go name. And that's basically what the text will be. Just go mainland, and this will be just the text, bubble text. We'll just call it bubble text. And then the Sailor Monkey also needs to disappear when we start transition. Start moving boat, and then also set the monkey object, so public game object sailor monkey, and then this just needs to do set active to false, and that's all we need to do. But we need to do this. Now we need arrows. I do need to change the text dependent on if it's go mainland or go jungle, and we're just going to do arrows. We're just going to put 2 game objects for the arrows, because we don't have to do animation. And this will be no arrow. And then this will just move down to this one. And then we turn this off, keep this on. Sailor Monkey also needs a spacebar object to notify the player that they could click spacebar near here, or near him. So we'll drag him out. Spacebar, this needs to be set to unreachable, and we'll do 6. And then we just need to add a new script for this one. And this is Sailor Monkey. I'm gonna just call it Sailor Monkey script. I don't see script. We also need to add a collision, or not collision, but a trigger, so when the player goes into that trigger, we could start talking to the monkey. So we could even put it on the Sailor Monkey. It doesn't need to be, so we could just put collision, box collider 2D, and all it's going to be. And we also want to give the monkey a collider, so this is the trigger where you can talk to the monkey, and then we can add another box collider, and this would be the collision, so you can't run into the monkey. Now we could actually start doing Sailor Monkey script, and this one is going to be a very simple one. We need, first of all, we need the public game object of the yes arrow, and the public game object of the no arrow, and then a public int selection. We need to know movement of the player, because we need to stop interactions happening when we are inside of the trigger, and then we'll just call it PM. So now on trigger enter 2D, if collision dot name is equal to player, then we know the player is then we know that the player is colliding with or is in the trigger. So if they're in the trigger, PM dot, oh, this is also what we need. We need the public game object, space object, and then also a public bool in trigger. In trigger equals true, and then space object dot set active to true. PM dot can't open menu equals to false. PM dot pause menu script dot can pause is equal to false, and then PM dot can use overruled attacks is equal to false. And that is what happens when we're in the trigger, so nothing can break basically, so they can't do all of these shenanigans with the menu. Now we're going to do the exit for it. So the private void on trigger exit 2D, in trigger, basically in trigger is equal to false, space space object dot set active to true, sorry, false. And then I have a method in PM called let all interactions. And now we want our update method. So in our update method, we want to know if the player is in trigger, first of all. If they're in the trigger, check if selection is equal to or does not equal to 0. That's literally the only thing we need to do, because that would be the bounds. The bound is 0 and 1 basically. So if you're on 1, which would be no, we need to make yes arrow dot set active to true. And also we need to actually reset selection here. Selection is equal to 0 every time they start this, and then yes arrow object dot set active to true, no arrow dot set active to false, just so it resets all of it. There is also one thing we need. We need to know the public game object of the canvas so we can turn it off when they get out of talking to the thing. Wait, I'm stupid. You need to do this too. Public bool talking. This is actually, so this we need to actually get rid of, because the only input that we need here is input.get key down key code. So this will actually start the talking. Key code dot space. So when they click spacebar, this will start the talking. And we need to make the canvas object dot set active to true. We actually want to do this here. I'm stupid. This needs to be done here, and also spacebar object we can turn off because we don't need to see it anymore. And then now we have an else if for actually talking. So this is when, if we are talking to the monkey, we need to know if the player clicked an up button. So if they click an up button like W or the arrow key, then we need to make we first need to check if selection is greater than or equal to 0, because if it is equal to 0, we don't want them to move anywhere because they're already on yes. So this is when they're on no and they need to switch to yes. So yes arrow dot set active to true, no arrow dot set active to false, and then selection is minus minus. And now we want to do else if input dot get key down, or sorry, get button down, because we are doing button cases, for down arrow or down button, whatever down button you use. And if the selection does not equal to 1, meaning it's not on no, then we just want to do yes arrow dot set active to false. Right, we're just doing this. We're just going to copy this because this is the same thing, but we just need to flip-flop this to false, and this needs to be, oops, this needs to be false, and this needs to be true. And then selection actually needs to go plus plus. And then lastly, for our last else if, input dot get key down key code dot. Actually, we'll do 2 more. This is the key code space. So if they select something, if they actually selected something, we need to know what they selected. So switch, that's how you do switch statements, right? No, it's this way, I'm stupid. Switch selection. And then case 0 is the yes case. So this is yes, meaning they want to go to the mainland. And case 1, which is no, meaning they don't want to go to the mainland. And then we break. And then we're going to do one last one where this is just a nice little thing for people. It's just a fast way to exit, because X has always been like the back button for me. At least for this game, it's always been the back button. So if they click the back button, basically. So first, we're just gonna do this. Switch, same thing from that one. Switch selection, case 0. So if they are on the yes button, what is happening? Excuse me. And then if they're on the no button, what happens? So I'm going to create a method. I'm going to put it at the bottom. A method here. Public void exit talking. And it should be the same for every single case here. So when we exit talking to something, we want the canvas object to go away. Set active to false. We don't want to see the canvas no more, and we want to see the space bar again. To true, and also we want to put the player in the trigger again, because we want to put them out of the trigger in here, because we don't want them to run this code anymore. And then also there was one more thing, we want to make talking equal to true here. And then actually, last thing, pm.stop all interactions. So the player can't pause the menu, they can't use overroll attacks, they can't move. So this is exit talking. So when we exit the talking, we want the player to only to be able to be moving. So the only thing they can do is move. So that's the one thing that we want to turn on. So this is the exit talking, and this will be put into the no of exit talking. And then this will also be put into the no when they're doing that. So this is exit talking. And now we have a public void go to mainland. So I want to use the same class for the sailor monkey here, and then the sailor monkey at the mainland going to the jungle. So if I want to use the same script, we have to make it so I have two different methods, and it checks based off of some type of condition. And we can do an enum, which I'm actually fine doing. It will just be a easier thing to understand, I think. But an enum, we'll just call it locations, and then we'll just do mainland, and then jungle, and then this will have a public locations, and then it'll be called traveling to. We'll call it traveling to. So if the location we are traveling to, we'll just do a switch. We'll just do another switch, and the switch will be of location to, traveling to. My bad. Traveling to. So if they're traveling to, case locations dot jungle. If they're traveling to the jungle, we'll do this for now, and then case locations dot traveling to mainland. I'll test this a little bit out, because I just want to see some of the stuff, if some of it is working. I need to put everything into the canvas object now because I set it that way, but the spacebar needs to be put out. So like this, and then yes arrow, here it is. Here is the no arrow. Selection is 0. PM, we need to know player movement. Here's player movement, it's on the player. The space object, here is our space object. Canvas object, this is our canvas. And trigger talking. Did I turn on the canvas when we started talking? Let's see. In trigger, canvas set true, yes arrow, selection equals 0, space object false, talking true, yes. All of that Seems to be good. Alright. So the only things that should be working now, for now, is the no button. The no button should work, or like the no selection should work. So when we enter this trigger, bam, spacebar appears, perfect. I can switch attacks, which is fine. I can't go into menu, I can't pause. Good. Click space, we have yes, no is working. I can't go out of the boundaries of it. And if I click X on yes, oh, we don't have that set up, I forgot. Yeah, we don't have that set up. But that one's an easy setup. And then if I click no, we are exiting, and I can't exit. And then same thing if I'm on no and I click X, same thing happens. I can only switch attacks. I can't do this, and we exit, and I can do everything again. Perfect. All right. Easy peasy. That's all set up. And now for this, for when we click back arrow and we're on, and we're going, so basically we're just doing this case. Yes arrow, false, no arrow, that, selection plus plus. This is basically what we're doing. And now we also need so we need to know the ship transition scene script. We need to know that script, ship script, we'll just call it ship script. We need to know it so we can actually call the method of starting the travel to the location, basically. So location to mainland. So we are traveling to mainland. That's what we want to do. So start moving boat jungle to mainland. This is the exact thing that we need to, is it a coroutine? Hold up. It is a coroutine, so we need to call the coroutine, not just this. We need to start coroutine. I'm hoping I spelled that right. Not. Change to start coroutine. All right, so we're gonna start the coroutine to start that basically animation stuff. Now, it should technically work. It might give me some errors in the middle though. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, because I didn't complete everything on that scene. I do want to do one more thing, and that is the camera blend. The camera blend, any camera going to the ship camera, we are going to do a hard, probably want to do a hard out. We'll just do an ease in. Ease in for 0.5 seconds. Is this gonna work? Click yes. Oh! Okay. Okay, well that stuff worked. I liked that. That worked perfectly. That looked exactly how I wanted it to look. I liked that. But why didn't it start doing this stuff? Ooh, okay, I know why. I know why, because the script is on the Sailor Monkey, so this stuff stops working. So like the coroutine doesn't finish because the Sailor Monkey goes away, and then it stops the script because the script's on the game object. What we'll do then is we'll just create an empty game object where it's just going to be storing. It's just going to store the script. So we're just going to copy this, do Sailor Monkey script, paste it, and then delete this one. And then we also, okay, wait, we need to make sure that everything's fine. This is all fine. I don't think this doesn't have any Sailor Monkey stuff except the game object, which it has still. Alright, now it should work where the animation starts and stuff. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Exciting stuff. Okay, why is it not doing that stuff now? Hello? Oh, it doesn't have the trigger on it anymore. We can keep that one, but we need to add the actual collision here. This is the trigger. The same size we did with that one here. There we go. Alright. Trigger done. Okay, now it should work because we have the trigger again. Bam, okay, cool. And then go to mainland? Yes. Hey, let's go. Okay, let's try it again. Alright, yes. We're going. We're going. Ah, so cute. Yup. Okay, and then it complains because of what? Oh yeah, we never did the start method. I forgot about that. Public start. Bam. Yes. Starts the animation. Transition. Cool. We're here. Good. We are here. And this is the correct scene. Obviously, it's not transitioning correctly because we just made a basic scene. All right. Cool. Look at that. All right. All right. So there are things that needs to be done in that